might have heard of Karl Marx. Marx is often regarded as the founder of conflict theory. He was a German philosopher who was interested in the structure and shape of society, particularly class structure. Marx argued that societies over time were consistently structured with a ruling class and underclass. Marx viewed capitalism as producing these same conditions. For example, under capitalism, the working class, the proletariat, are exploited by the upper class or bourgeoisie, who own the means of production and accumulate capital. Marx observed that societies revolt to renew the system and asserted that the only way forward is to overthrow the ruling class and create a free society. The rally cry was, "Workers of the world unite, you have nothing to lose but your chains." Conflict theory is based on the premise that society is in a state of perpetual conflict because of competition for limited resources. Conflict theory holds that social order is maintained through power and domination. Conflict theory is not only focused on the tension between groups, such as between the proletariat and bourgeoisie, but also how this should lead to revolutionary change. Thus, changes to a power dynamic are often abrupt and large in scale rather than incremental. Whilst Marx viewed conflict as occurring between economic classes, specifically between the proletariat and the bourgeoisie, alternative conflict theory views society as also divided along other dimensions, such as gender, race, religion, sexuality, ability, age, and more. For example, feminist conflict theory explores how power relations, specifically between men and women, work to construct societal norms related to gender, the family, and sexuality. Feminist conflict theory holds that these societal norms are maintained by patriarchal power and domination. To recap, the main assumptions of conflict theory are that 1. Structural inequality exists between two or more groups. 2. This structural inequality gives rise to conflict and competition over limited resources. And 3. This conflict gives rise to abrupt revolutionary change that shifts the power dynamic. However, conflict theory does have its weaknesses. It ignores mechanisms that lead to other forms of social stability. Further, some critics argue that looking at society through a conflict theory lens can actually create conflict. Conflict theory can also flatten group identity, thereby diminishing diversity and homogenizing group members' experiences. This leaves little room for an approach to power dynamics that accounts for multiple dimensions of social identity, otherwise known as intersectionality. Can you think of any current social issues that can be explained by conflict theory?